Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of the Everything About Everything Sports Podcast.
Guys talking about sticks and balls.
So we have a lot to go over in this episode.
It's been a minute, yes.
We are going to start off with MLB, NHL, and then we'll end off with the NFL because it was a huge week.
It's the biggest chunk so far today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Easily. So, MLB, what's going on?
So we got 2 new jerseys that just released. I don't know if we talked about the New York Mets ones the last time.
The Concrete Jungle.
Yeah, it's like concrete, yeah.
I heard a lot of people weren't fans of them, but
really?
I am. I like gray and black as a colorway.
Yeah, well, a lot of people didn't like them specifically because of that, because it looked like the Yankees away, like at a distance.
Yeah,
a little bit.
But I just think they're cool.
They just look cool. Like I like the purple, how it's like a dark gray with like that purple. It's not like super vibrant or anything like that. But then the opposite end of that with the Tampa Bay Rays New Jersey that came out.
The Tampa Bay Rays ones.
The definition of vibrant.
Yeah, dude. You sent them in the group chat, I believe. Those ones might be a little bit too busy for me.
So that's what I was thinking. There's a lot of new logos on this thing. You have the Tampa Bay Rays across the chest with the flame kind of design.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
You have the one on the hat with the bridge, and it's kind of like making like the water effect with the ray, and then you have the ray on pants. That's skateboarding, which I think that's really cool. And then apparently there's another one. I don't know if this is one, but that.
Okay.
I have no idea. Maybe that could be just like a logo, like you're just. I don't know.
The thing
and then this one's another one.
The colors go very well together. I just think I haven't seen them actually in practice yet. I think it might get too busy.
Well, because the colors are the normal, like the old school Tampa Bay Devil Rays jerseys. They just took over the whole jersey now.
Yeah,
it's more gray with that navy blue kind of like turquoise-ish. I don't even know how to explain it. It's more of it's
definitely a gradient.
It's almost like a cyan. Yeah, there's lots of gradients in it too, but it's almost like a light blue, like a cyan type blue.
I just don't hate it and I don't love it.
I'm gonna have to see how they look on the field. I told producer Mike. I said I think it looked like an MLB custom uniform, like from MLB Dynasty.
I think my favorite City Connect jerseys I've ever seen were the Padres one with the green and
the green, pink, and yellow ones.
Yeah,
those ones are nice, but I don't know if I'd say that those ones are my favorite ones.
My buddy wore one when we went to Minneapolis. He decided to bust it out. It's the first time I ever saw it.
That's a fantastic spot tour. Were they at least playing the Padres? Or?
No, dude, we were just chilling at Minneapolis.
Those ones. I mean, those ones are okay. My favorite City Connect has probably got to be either the Marlins, the Diamondbacks, or maybe the what's another good one? I don't know, maybe the White Sox. The White Sox black one with the pinstripes. That one actually might be my favorite one now that I think about it. Yeah. But the Tigers could be next. Tigers, I think they're supposed to debut them on the 6th, and they're supposed to come out on the 10th.
What did our sources say? What did he say?
Sources said there's supposed to be there was a draft that he saw of an orange one.
Okay.
And then there was another draft that he saw of a beige one. He didn't see the actual jersey like they haven't. He hasn't seen it in form, but he's seen mock-ups of what the jersey's supposed to look like. And I guess the 2 they've seen are the final 2. Like those are the 2 that.
I'd rather have the beige.
I'd rather have the cream, the off-white.
I couldn't. I'm not a big orange fan.
We talked about this before on the podcast. Yeah. I like the orange if it was orange with blue pants. If it was orange with white pants or orange with gray pants, we've seen that a lot in the MLB. Yeah. The Astros, Orioles, Giants, they already have those jerseys. So to have another orange jersey out there would kind of be a little just not like copycat. It's like we've already seen that. Yeah. To have an orange jersey with blue pants and like blue accessories and like orange accessories and like maybe a little bit of white in there, like a white accent. I think that would look really, really cool.
I just looked. Speaking of Tigers, 18-13.
18-13. Yeah, we got a win yesterday and a win today.
Yeah, and then we split the series with the Royals, or
no, we won that series.
We won that series.
So with our win today, we have won our last 4 series in a row.
Really?
Which is pretty good. Yeah, we're above 500. Like you said, we're 18-13.
Well,
So we're in a decent spot.
Yeah, I'm happy. It hasn't been in recent memory. I don't know if for my recent memory, it's been the hottest start we've had.
Yeah, this deep into the season too. Like there's been a few times where the Tigers have started off like undefeated, where they've been like 4-0, or like we've. I think one year we swept the Red Sox at the beginning of the season.
This year we were like 5-0 or something.
But now we're almost 30 games in and we're still doing that good,
which is nice.
Right? Yeah, it's nice to see that again. And like in our division has gotten better too. It's not like we're in a division that we're just taking a top spot or we're taking advantage of teams that suck in our division.
Isn't the Orioles at like the top of our division?
The Orioles are in the division. It's the Guardians and the Twins at the top of our division.
I sound stupid as fuck, but it's alright.
Oh my god! At work today, I was so frustrated with interacting with people today. Side note, but oh my god, I was so frustrated today.
Okay.
No, it would. Yeah, no, I think that. So the Twins, I think, won like 9 games in a row or something like that.
Yeah,
which is like
they were playing against. Shit, who was it? The White Sox, right? No,
Twins.
I have no idea. I was watching it. Yeah, they were playing the Twins, or the Twins were playing the Twins. The Twins were playing the White Sox, I believe, because we were trying to watch the Tigers game. But because of Bally Sports.
On top of the blackout that was going on before, where you couldn't it's so stupid. It really is. It's like so for those of you that don't know, Xfinity recently dropped Bally Sports from their channel list, so Bally Sports is no longer going to be featured on Xfinity.
Yeah. Was this because of just bankruptcy, or was there a falling out before?
So their contract ended.
Okay.
And it just so happened that it fell in the middle of the baseball season. And now, so apparently this has been going on in Minnesota. Like, there's been a few markets that haven't had coverage for games, like, locally, like, because of Bally Sports and stuff like that. Yeah. And like we were saying, Minnesota went on like a 9-game win streak and their fans haven't been able to see it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
that's rough.
Yeah. I think today was the first day that it took into effect. I think you couldn't watch it on TV today, but you could listen to it because I was listening to it.
Well, might have something going wrong with audio difficulties. All right, I think we're back.
Okay.
It's recording.
Okay. But yeah, Bally Sports, that whole thing, it sucks because now it doesn't just affect baseball; it affects when hockey comes back because the Red Wings game's going to be on Bally Sports. But
yeah,
I'm not playing right now.
Yeah, I was just caught off guard because I got back from work and my grandma was like, "Yeah, Bally Sports, like you can't watch it no more." I was like,
"Yeah."
Oh.
So it doesn't mean that Bally Sports doesn't exist anymore. It's just not at Xfinity. So you could buy like the Bally Sports package on the app, and like have it tied into your location and like watch like the local broadcasts and stuff. Yeah. But you have to pay for that. So if you have cable, like say you're paying for Xfinity, your cable, and then you're going out and you're buying the Bally Sports thing. Like, why not have it just as before? We could just have the TV channel right on the TV. It sparked a big debate. It's like, why can't we just have like the way it was, like with the independent broadcasts and like the local news stations, like with Fox Sports?
Yeah,
it was like
I always remembered it used to be on Fox Sports, and I was like, why is it not on Fox Sports anymore? Or is it still? They just don't use it as much.
No, Fox Sports dropped its sports broadcasting of sports. Yeah. So then that's when I want to say it was 2019. I think they sold it to Diamond Sports, who's the company that owns Bally. Yeah. And then that's what they did. So like Fox Sports like cut off their sports thing, because this is when 20th Century Fox was bought by Disney. I'm pretty sure that was when that whole thing was going on. So since Disney bought it, they like shaved off the sports thing. I'm pretty sure because they already had ESPN, because Disney already owns ESPN.
Yeah.
So they cut off the Fox Sports thing, and then they sold it to Bally, and now Bally's contract is going on. So we're back to square one.
Yakers.
Yeah. Speaking of back to square one, playoffs have just started for the NHL. A lot of teams are back to square one with the playoffs. It's a new slate. A lot of people say the NHL playoffs are a completely different sport than the regular season.
It looks a lot different.
Oh yeah, it's like we were talking about it over at Adam's house. Like just in the NHL playoffs, you just have less space to complete your task.
Yeah,
guys are just in your face finishing checks. There's that constant like. There's a heightened nerves in the air too.
It was yesterday or the day before. It had to be. We were chilling at Adam's house, and all of a sudden I look at the screen and Tampa Bay Lightning guy is just zooming across the ice because he's on his ass.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't know who it was, but I think he either tripped or got knocked down. But he went a good like 30, 40 yards.
Oh yeah. That's the one thing. Yeah, you skate and you fall down, and like falling down on ice is a lot safer or gentler than falling down on concrete, because when you hit the ice, you slide.
Yeah.
So when you hit the ice, or when you hit the concrete like grips to your jersey and shit. It can like it hurt more. Well, the ice, it's
you just
slide. Yeah. So if you fall, and like when on concrete, you would like fall and tumble and like scrape yourself up. You fall on ice, you just keep going.
Yeah.
You just keep on sliding.
It was
just get something.
It was just funny because I was like, oh, that guy is just sliding the opposite direction.
Yeah.
By the way, if you hear barking, my dog is not happy.
Yeah.
She's not happy.
She'd be jumping all over all this if she was in here right now.
Yeah, you can actually probably hear that. Yeah. But
speaking of the Lightning though, they got eliminated by the Florida Panthers. And then New York Rangers made it into the second round.
Okay. We did a bracket.
We did? Oh, yeah, that's right. We did do a bracket.
I know that I picked the Knights and somebody else.
I remember you picked the Knights.
Yeah, Hurricane, probably.
I think it was the Knights and Hurricanes you picked. I
believe I picked it to be won by the Hurricane in Game 5, actually.
Yeah, I think in your Final Four you had Rangers and Canes, and then you had Vegas and somebody else. I think yours was Vegas and Oilers.
Well, no, I know my last was. I don't know.
I can't remember. We should just freaking. But yeah, I remember looking at yours, and I was like, that's like the other combination of teams that I was going to go with.
I got it.
And then.
Who is Guy Wasco? You?
No, that's Paul.
Oh, okay. Right now, Paul's in lead. I'm in second. I don't know where yours is, to be honest with you. But
I actually didn't get a chance to make one. I made one of my own, though. Here, I can bring it up.
Yeah, I picked the Hurricane to win.
Good. Yeah, I mean, the Hurricanes it's a good...
Oh, me and Mike are tied right now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Paul has 39 points and then it's 33 apiece.
Oh, dang.
So, I don't know how the points work in that system, but...
Oh, my gosh.
No dogs were hurt in the making of this video. She's just active and we can't have her back here, Shelly. If we do have a dog on the podcast, it's going to be Arthur.
Yeah, it'll be chill. It'll be the chillest one.
Yeah.
It's once again, it's not letting me view my bracket.
I just know I had Knights and I had the Hurricane, whatever. Is North Carolina the Hurricane?
Yeah, just Carolina.
Carolina? Yeah. I believe I had them winning Game 5. But Because the Leafs lost, they fired their head coach.
No, they're not firing their head coach. Like, if they could lose, they could fire their head coach. Oh wait, do you want to run back the last 5 and tell Mike to Yeah, because we were on our phone and Mikey was barking. We can rewind the last You want to pick up where the bracket is? Now that I have my bracket up.
Yeah.
There we go.
So brackets.
Yeah, the bracket. So the NHL bracket. What you call it? I have yet to get one wrong.
Really?
Yes. I have Florida beating Lightning. I have the Leafs advancing past Boston. New York, Carolina, Vancouver, Colorado, Dallas, and then Edmonton.
Who do you think's going to win?
So I think Florida Panthers are going to win it this year. That's what I have here on my bracket.
Mike has the Rangers.
The Rangers are another good pick. I think that if it comes out of the Eastern Conference, I think it's going to go through Florida or New York. Those two teams are going to be in the Eastern Conference final.
I like how we all had separate picks.
We did. Yeah,
so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we had our Final Four was pretty different too. We didn't have the same Final Four, but the NHL playoffs are going pretty good right now. The Leafs have to pull off a pretty insane comeback. They have to be down 3-1 and come back and win in 7. That's something that the Florida Panthers did last year against the Boston Bruins, and that was one of the biggest comebacks of the postseason last year. Yeah. The playoffs are really really fun.
Yeah, our playoff hockey is always so much more fun.
Yeah, and then with the Maple Leafs could end up firing their head coach Sheldon Keefe. Even if they do escape this round, he could get shit canned because
during playoffs, or you think after season?
After the season's complete, because you've seen the Maple Leafs be in that position before. They've gone to the playoffs, got matched up against a team that's just played and been coached better than them, and they've lost. They made it past the Tampa Bay Lightning, but that was in 7 games, I'm pretty sure, or I might have been in 6 games, and then they ended up getting matched up with Florida, and they got just bounced in 4 games. So, it's really a hit and miss with them, because if they make it through this first round and they play the Florida Panthers the next one, and they take that to 7, or if they even get past them, you think that he could keep his job. But if the Leafs go down in 7, or if they lose tomorrow night, could be his job, and it could be his job, Sheldon Keefe, and Brendan Shanahan, who's the president of the.
So everybody just getting canned,
except for the GM, Brad Shalivin, because Brad Shalivin, I think this is his first year, and he's made some pretty good moves. And Shanahan and Keefe have been there way longer than him, so he's probably the only person who could stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Leafs are interesting. I'm definitely going to be watching them.
Yeah.
Jesus, Maggie.
She's a very excitable dog. That's all right. Yeah. So, do we know you said you know the names for the Utah bracket names?
Yeah, so there were a few names that were listed.
Was any of the names we talked about in episode 6?
Yeah, there were 2 that were listed. We talked about a couple, but there were 2 that we liked that we had listed that are here in the list.
Before this even started, right?
What?
Well, we knew that there was going to be names. They had to pick names, but we thought about names before they actually came out with the bracket.
Oh yeah. We had a few names in mind before they had. I mean, it was weird that they had announced that that's how they were going to figure it out as a bracket.
It's kind of cool though.
It's kind of cool, but it's like
let the fans decide.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a fan thing. I think it could be like an inside the.
That might have a bracket though.
It could be like a bracket just within the organization, like doing it,
have a Twitter poll.
So, yeah, unless it is a fan thing, I'm not
I
sure.
think it would be cool to, especially because the owner, he
Yeah.
seems pretty young and everything, so I think he would want fan engagement because he said he was on a couple shows talking about how it was 33,000 seat arena, and he has to bump it up now
Yeah.
because of the hype around it.
Yeah, they. I think Delta has like 25,000 seats or something like that, and they had like 27,000 people request season tickets.
Yeah.
So they wanted to bump that number up to like 30 or 32,000 seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something. Nuts. It was something like that where they made the stadium 33, whatever the number was.
Yeah, it's like,
they had to bump it up by like 5,000 to 6,000 or something.
They have to renovate it, I'm pretty sure, because the NHL team is going there. So I think that's going to knock off a few seats. I think, or I could be misremembering from when they moved to Mullet Arena, but I remember seeing somewhere it was going to be like 32,000 was going to be the final count.
Okay.
Yeah. Or which like I said, if he ends up going, if he makes more seats and stuff like that, which I don't know how you would end up making more seats. I guess you could like
expand the nosebleeds or condense it down. I guess.
It'd be kind of hard to expand a stadium in nosebleeds because you have to like build up and out. Yeah. You have to like almost like take the roof off if you had to. Like,
unless they get rid of like a concourse or part of the concourse.
They could like extend the sections backwards or like get new seats, like smaller seats, like make this
more compact. I guess. Yeah. What are the names though?
So real quick, how do you feel about pluralization in team names? Like, do you like Seahawks versus Kraken? Like, do you like the?
I'm indifferent. As long as it works, it works.
Yeah, I like the so like Utah Jazz, like that works.
Yeah, that works.
Miami Heat works.
Isn't Jazz the plural of Jazz because you can't have Jazzes?
Well, yeah, and just Plus it was New Orleans Jazz.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm fine with like single, but it all depends. It could be like chipmunk, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, like you're not like the first one on our list here is Mammoth. Like woolly mammoths.
The Utah Mammoth?
Utah Mammoths. I think Mammoths.
Mammoths works a little bit better. It rolls off the tongue better.
It does, but now I'm thinking about Utah Mammoth versus Utah Mammoths. You have to kind of get like jumped up at the end. Yeah, so Utah Mammoth might be the way to go with the
Utah Mammoth is just a big ass elephant ready to charge.
It's a woolly mammoth. Yeah. So you have the logo will be really easy for that too.
Yeah.
Just a woolly mammoth. I think that'd be pretty cool. Do you have like maybe brown and like almost like I don't know if you've seen it before, but Hershey Bears, they're the Washington Capitals AHL affiliate.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, they have like brown, beige, and white uniforms. They're really cool. Second is the Ice, the Utah Ice.
That's a stinker.
Yeah, that one's not really. These next couple of ones.
It's not even original. It's just like ice.
No, yeah. There's a couple teams in the hockey world that
sounds like
ice.
A breeze flavor, dude. Like, I'm vaping on that Utah Ice.
Right. No, yeah. I have that blueberry ice. And there's a team called the Icemen. We're the original Icemen. And then you're right next to the Colorado Avalanche. Yeah, so you have the Ice. Not a very good one.
Yeah.
The Fury.
Again, Utah Fury.
Not a big fan of it.
Especially because of Indiana Fury or whatever it is. There's like a WNBA team that's
Indiana Fever.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oops.
Caitlin Clark just got drafted.
I know, but there's some sort of sports team that's called the Fury. I forget which one it is.
You're right. Yeah, there is.
See, I'm not going insane. I know what I'm talking about.
No, yeah, you're right.
I don't know how I like it.
Is it a WNBA?
It's definitely a WNBA team. I'll search it up.
Arizona?
I'll search it up.
I don't know. And then, so after Fury, you have the Venom.
Is that because of...
but just a lot of, like, the, just venomous snakes, scorpions. Minnesota Fury. That's kind of, I don't know. You figure Minnesota Ice would be a better team.
Yeah.
Name. I don't know. I mean...
You know why you said Arizona? It's Phoenix Mercury.
Okay.
We gotta start watching the WNBA because apparently Caitlin Clark is doing amazing again.
Yeah, apparently their team is supposed to be really good too. There's another girl on her team that's really
Actually,
good.
it starts up here in a couple days.
Yeah. Softball starts up here in a couple of days for me. My men's softball league starts on the 9th.
Yes.
And then so we said venom for all like the venomous snakes and scorpions and all types. Yeah.
Right now, the mammoth is in the lead for me.
Yeah. Mammoth is number 1 right now. I think that Mammoth would be a solid number 1 or 2 seed right now.
Yeah.
And then next we have Outlaws. Outlaws is like there's a lot of like train tracks that run through Utah with like the whole like western,
the Wild West.
Thing. Yeah, like the western style.
But when you think of Wild West, it's Texas.
It's Texas, but
I get it.
I mean, you have Denver Broncos.
Yeah,
Broncos is corner.
Where was Red Dead
like
Redemption? Like, what state was that?
I think New Mexico.
Yeah,
I think it was supposed to be in New Mexico.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's like right below Utah. Yeah. So, I mean,
it makes sense.
So, I mean, there's a lot of like Salt Lake City was a big Wild West town. Like, there's lots of like that like Western saloon feel in Utah.
Yeah.
So after Outlaws, we have the Yetis. That was one that you brought up when we were at Northwood. Yeah, I think Yetis is the number 1 or 2. To be honest with you, I really like Yetis.
I like Mammoth better than Yeti.
Really?
Yeah.
Apparently, so Yeti right now is the front runner. A lot of people like Yeti. It's really easy to make a logo. There's lots of different logos out there in the hockey world that you can use.
Could make the logo sick.
Yeah, you can make the logo so easy for that.
If it's the Utah Yeti, that's better than Yetis.
See, I think the opposite.
Really?
I think Utah Yetis is Utah Yeti is like, Utah Yetis. Like, why is it one Yeti? It's Yetis. There's multiple guys in the team. Yetis.
Do we think Bigfoot is real?
I mean, I think it's possible. I think maybe not Bigfoot, like the huge hairy dude walking around speaking English out there in the woods, but I think like maybe not now. Maybe like
back then.
Yeah, back in like maybe like the 1800s or something like that. Like Sasquatch was real, and there was like a species of human that evolved differently or something like that, and it was like in the woods, and there was only like a handful of them left, and when we came, we like kind of eliminated their habitat or something like that, and got them out of there. It's definitely possible. I mean, there's freaking 30-foot long snakes, Titanoboa. So
yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I lay Mammoth over Yetis, but I wouldn't mind either one.
I think like I said, I think those are the 1 and 2 right now. I think Yeti. It's easy to make the colors too, because with the Mammoth you can kind of have maybe like a green and brown.
I will say Mammoth, you're certain colors.
So with Mammoth you can have kind of like a green and brown, like all brown, like I was saying.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of have like maybe like an off-white with like a light blue, or maybe just like a normal light blue with white and gray for the Yeti. But I mean, the color is kind of like it's what you're known by.
I think the color would be better for the Yetis than the Mammoth.
That's the thing too. I think that you would have a lot more freedom with the Yeti, because the Yeti you can kind of go with that like off-white, or you can have something different. You can have like, you can get creative with it. You can have like a blue and brown. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if the NFL would ever come up with a singular name.
There are none in the MLB and the NFL. There aren't any non-plural.
It always has an S.
Yeah, it always has an S. And then that takes us to the next one on our list, the Hockey Club. Just Utah Hockey Club. Like
that's
Washington
a
football
dud.
team.
That's
no?
a dud.
See, I don't mind that one. I don't mind it, but I'm not picking that one, because I kind of liked how they were called the Washington football team. They had the circle logo, and it kind of had like a classic modern feel. Like it kind of felt like a team that was trying to stay classic and kind of just keep the football team. Because we talked about it before off camera, how like NFL or like team nicknames were nicknames that were written in papers. Yeah. Like they weren't like actual names. It was like the Boston baseball team, and then they were known as the Boston Braves in like newspapers and shit. So
I don't like how they changed the Commanders, man.
No, I don't think. I mean, if you're going to change it to Redskins, change it to something other than Commanders. Commanders is not the best name you could have gone with.
Well, the thing is, everybody loved the Redskins name.
Yeah, there's I don't know if it's the Redskins or the Indians. There was an Indian
Indians
reservation.
As in Guardians?
No. There was an Indian reservation that was vying for either the Redskins or the Indians to come back.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was the Redskins for sure. I don't know if it was the Indians.
It might have been the Indians too, because the Indians was named after a Native American.
Yeah, and aren't
baseball
the
player.
Indians the Guardians now?
Yeah. So Guardians isn't too bad. Like I thought that it was kind of bad when it first came out, but I think it was just kind of a bad taste in people's mouths of taking the Indians away. Because now you can Guardians isn't really that bad of a team name.
No,
you could say Guards.
Yeah,
it's really
not bad, but I just feel bad. I really like the Redskins name. I like the culture behind it. Minus their stadium because they have bursted shit pipes everywhere. But that's besides the point. They're fixing that. It's better.
Their stadium is literally the worst in professional sports, or at least in the Big Four.
It was
them and Tropicana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, what was I just gonna say? I was gonna say something. Cleveland, the Cleveland Indians. Yeah, that sounds like it's a very nice, clean, crisp name. Washington Commanders. That's clean and crisp. Cleveland Guardians. Doesn't really sound as good. Washington Football Team doesn't really sound as good. So I get why they changed it.
I understand why they needed to change the Washington Football Team. They could have went with something so much worse than Commanders. Let's be honest.
They could have gone with a lot worse, but they could have had a couple better ones. You could have brought back the Washington Senators from the MLB. Yeah. You could have had the Washington Generals. Yeah. You could have had the Washington Monument. No, I'm trying to zone shit out there. Washington Eagles.
Well, I think they wanted to keep the maroon and gold instead of having to do a complete colorway.
You can keep the maroon and gold. What all of the commanders in the military wear green or navy blue. So,
yeah.
And then the last one we have on our list here is the Blizzards. I don't think that's going to get picked because, like I said, you have the Colorado Avalanche.
It's really mid.
It's mid. It's just kind of like a filler name. I think it's cool. You could maybe make if the Tucson Roadrunners stay in Utah or stay in Tucson and they don't become their affiliate. If Arizona comes back and they need a new affiliate, Utah. Yeah. Blizzards would be a good AHL name, to run a minor league team. You have the Salt Lake City Blizzards. That's an okay.
Yo, we headed to the DQ.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Have DQ as a sponsor. There you go. Making money.
They might get sued, the Blizzards, unless they get sponsored.
Probably have to get
Would you choose to get they're either going to choose to get sponsored or they're going to get sued?
Not necessarily. I mean, there's the American Eagle, Philadelphia Eagles, stuff like that. You can. It's just a team name. I don't think they would get sued over it. If they went and
if Derek Queen was smart, they would play into it and sponsor.
If they had now, if they made that team name and went with an ice cream cone as a logo, then they might get sued because it's hey now.
Hey, what you doing there, bud?
But if they brought DQ on as a logo or as a sponsor too, I definitely think it'd be fine.
That would be a win-win.
Yeah, I think sponsor. I think the Blizzards would be a good minor league affiliate team name, and then the 1 and 2 I think is Mammoths, or Mammoth, or Yeti, or Yetis.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's gonna be fun to see which ones they go with, though, and obviously gonna be fun to see the jerseys and stuff like that too. Yeah, so I'm just excited to see what they pull off.
Yeah. All right, so are we getting into the meat and potatoes of today?
Yeah, it looks like we covered everything else.
Yeah. I mean, we were kind of keeping this a little bit short because we had a big chunk.
Yeah, there's a lot to cover with the NFL. I mean, it's obvious. Obviously, oh gee, I just threw my hand in the gun. So the NFL, obviously the NFL draft is there. You went to the draft. How was it?
The draft was awesome. We were talking about it I think day before. You didn't know if you were going.
I didn't know if I could go or not. I had conflicting plans, so I was like, I don't know if I can go. I didn't end up getting to go, but I saw it. I watched it on TV. People sent me videos and stuff.
I went with Adam and his brother, and I'm not gonna lie, for something like that, I'm an early person.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get there quite early.
Oh yeah,
that was unrealistic because I'm not the type of guy that would just show up to something like that by myself. Because I need somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? But so we got there way later than what I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
We got there at like 5:30. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably need to get to like 4.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Or earlier.
Yeah. Spend time in like the NFL experience.
Yeah. So we get there. We park 3 blocks away from the Comerica Bank building.
Okay.
And that fee was $100.
Jesus Christ. So I will say the only time I've ever paid 3 digits for parking was for Michigan, Ohio State. It was $100.
Really?
Yeah. The highest I paid beyond that was $75, and it was for, I want to say it was for Tigers opening day. Or it might have been Tigers opening day or Red Wings playoffs.
Get this.
Oh.
We were on the cheaper side of parking.
Oh yeah, I believe it. There was signs. People were posting pictures of signs. $300.
Oh yeah,
like down the block, like some like lots like down the block.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So, and then like you went to Midtown and it was like $5, and you had to get carted in or whatever.
Yeah.
But so we got there, and you know it's just the hum.
Yeah,
the buzz. It's like drinking a beer.
What are you
Sorry, I need the hand gesture. It's like drinking that first beer when it's 80 degrees outside and it's sunny.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, okay, this is going to be a good night.
Yeah. Did you get a beer though? Or did you wait 2 hours in line?
So this is what happened. We go there and like the NFL came out and said that they were going to have like all this security, like everything had to be clear bags.
Mm-hmm.
We just walked in.
Yeah.
Thank God nothing happened, but security, not gonna lie, not that much going on.
Not very. I mean, you've been to a Michigan game with me.
Oh, yeah.
So we go into the Michigan games. There's 120,000 people there.
Yeah.
And the security is like, it's not low, but like, you'd have a hell of a time trying to keep track of what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
So now there's 3 times more people there.
Yeah. So they had like metal detectors and whatever. Now they were serious about the clear bags.
Yeah. I mean that's something that's easy to enforce.
Yeah, because obviously because of the world we live in now, they have to. Right. And they didn't want anything to happen. And thank God nothing did.
Yeah, they did say no incidents, which I mean it's kind of sad. Like you said, it's kind of sad to say no incidents, but it's kind of good that
what
wasn't
a
like any
good
fist fights
stat
or that.
For like us. For the league as a whole.
Right, yeah.
Not having an outburst like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So we get there, and we're walking down towards the river. Because that's where the fan experience was, or part of the fan experience. We got told to go one way, when they should have just told us to go straight, because we would have ended up at the same exact area. But we went into the NFL experience, and then I gotta give Mike all this stuff, and I'm sure he has it, but there were the helmets.
Oh, yeah.
Like the jerseys and actually feeling the jersey on the mannequin.
Mm-hmm.
Those jerseys are nice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're actual jerseys, too. And I did see the helmet sculpture.
Yeah,
the big helmets. Those are cool.
Obviously, we're in Detroit. The Lions helmet, just to take a picture, easily 2-hour wait. So I was like, fuck it. I'm a football fan in general. I don't care what I take a picture of. I think I took a picture next to the Philly helmet.
Oh, yeah.
Or like the Bills helmet or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I took a picture in front of a couple and I was like, oh, I'm a Ravens fan. I'll wear the Ravens jersey on the mannequin or whatever. So you stepped on the back, got your picture with him. So that was cool. The problem with getting there so late is everything was a 3-hour wait.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. Yeah. It was terrible if you hate waiting or you can't wait for anything.
Yeah.
So, by the time...
Imagine going to the bathroom or like getting a beer or something like that.
I'll get to that. So, I'm like... I was with Adam and Josh, and Adam's getting into football, Josh is kind of getting into football, but realistically, they're not as big of fans as we are.
They're not. Yeah,
like,
they're not very big.
You and
football fans.
I was shitting bricks.
Oh, I'd be smiling nonstop.
Like, smile was ear to ear. You would be there. You would be geeking out as much as me.
I'd be pointing shit out and like, oh my god.
I told them, you're looking at me like I'm stupid and I'm crazy, but this shit is awesome. Now, I didn't get to run the 40, whatever. I didn't get to throw, I didn't get to see the Lombardi trophy. I didn't get to see the Super Bowl rings.
Damn, yeah.
Like,
shit, that probably would have been right what I went for.
I know, but we got there so late. It is what it is. You know, I can live with the fact that I'm like, hey, you know what? I wanted to go to the concert to get a free concert.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that Eminem was going to perform.
He was there.
He was there.
He announced a pick, but he just didn't perform.
He didn't announce it, unless it was the second day.
It was the second day.
Okay.
He announced a pick, and then he was on stage.
I was at work the second day, so
I mean, he was there then.
That's true. Like, so, I forget exactly where it is, but we're headed to the main stage because it's concert time.
Yeah.
So we're walking down to Campus Martials.
Mm-hmm.
So they have security there, obviously, but there's thousands, not hundreds. There's thousands of people trying to get to the main stage.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to get this concert as well because, hey, free concert.
A
relatively free concert. Like, we paid $100 for parking. That's what you would have paid for a nosebleed seat at a Big Sean concert.
Yeah, well, it's not just a free concert, man. It's Big Sean pouring at the NFL draft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people want to see that shit.
Right, yeah.
So, we're walking down. Sea of people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're just going, and we finally hit a standstill. Like, there's hundreds of people in front of us at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So there's three of us So we're bobbing and weaving through these people.
Mm-hmm.
Like you do.
Yeah.
We started on this one side and we literally went to the other side because we saw people moving.
Mm-hmm.
And literally people are moving like this. It looks like they're moving like this. It hit max capacity. So they weren't letting people in. It hit max capacity a grand total of 3 times.
Yeah, I got the notification on my phone from the one pass thing. And I showed it to my dad. I was like...
It hit maximum capacity twice while we were outside of the main stage area and 3 times while we were in the main stage.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was probably at or over capacity the entire night.
Yeah.
At least when the draft was, like, from 8 o'clock afterwards.
Yeah. So... we finally get up close enough to the gate to see what's going on. Like, hey, why isn't anybody coming in? Well, people didn't care. This random person just opened the gate in front of security, and thousands of us poured in.
Yeah, there was cell phone video that I saw online. Like, people were just, like, checking to see, like, if the security was there. Just, like, opening or, like, lifting up, like, the gates and stuff like that, and, like, moving the fences to the sides.
Literally, that's what happened. And security looked at me. I looked at the security person. And they're like, "There's nothing I can do."
You're not going to stop thousands of people from walking. No,
I'm so sorry, but I'm going.
Yeah, shit. I mean,
like you do. So now we're in Campus Martials.
Mm-hmm.
I saw where Pat McAfee was filming. I couldn't do anything. It was It was so late. So we're walking around. And we're going towards the main stage.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like the Texas de Brazil, that whole complex.
Yeah.
The Rocket Mortgage, like, signed with Aiden Hutchinson.
Mm-hmm.
And we're right in the thick of it.
Oh, okay.
So we start bobbing and weaving through people because, you know, Big Sean's performing at this point. And you want to get as close as possible. So there's the main stage, which is middle.
Mm-hmm.
We go left.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where so it's the main stage, and then on the left and right, both alike.
The Meridian building.
No, like the big ass screens on the side of the stage.
Yeah.
We literally got to that screen.
Yeah, yeah.
We were right at that screen.
You sent me that picture. I was like, oh dang, you're sitting pretty close.
Yeah. It was to the point where I could almost see the actual stage regularly.
Oh, dang. Like, where you... Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
But we got a little bit sidetracked. And then the guys were like, all right, we're going to go get beer.
Mm.
So I decided to stay where I was at because it was a really good spot and everything like that. And I'm just hanging out by myself, and it just so happened, I knew that my friend said the Northwood guys were going to be doing security.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit, that's one of my boys. I see them working VIP.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I finally have somebody to talk to. I'm not just sitting here by myself like a dumbass. That's great. So I'm like, hey guys, what's the odds of the VIP? And they're like, no chance.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
I was like, really? I was like, let me talk, because our head coach was there. I was like, let me talk to him. Like, get his ass over here. Let me talk to him. Trying to leverage my connections, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't work out, which is fine. You know, you gotta try.
That's kind of to be expected.
It's to be expected. Yeah. So, it is what it is. But at this point, I keep on checking the watch. Like, Big Sean just got done performing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they went to go get beer. I was like,
so wait, hold on.
Sorry.
So you fought your way up to get to Big Sean.
Big Sean, ended 20, 30 minutes after. So we're listening to his concert for about 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
He started a little bit before 6 or whatever.
Oh, okay. So did you just left the concert and walked over to the VIP thing?
No. The VIP thing was right next.
Oh, okay.
There was a gate and a whole bunch of actual police officers and border patrol.
Oh, yeah.
And then security.
Mm.
It was this rectangle gate that they had security in. The VIP gate, which also had all these VIPs and everything, to get to where people sit down, for the seats that cost $2,500.
Mm.
And then there's just me sitting at the gate talking to people because I haven't seen the guys in a while, so just bullshitting with the guys. At this point, it's damn near 6:45. The guys left. Or sorry, it's 7, probably close to 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
The guys left to get beer about 6:45.
Oh dang!
And obviously you're not getting service anywhere.
No, yeah, I'm just 300,000 people.
Yeah, 300,000 people there. You ain't getting service for shit.
When I'm inside Little Caesars Arena, I don't really get service.
So
yeah,
I text them. I didn't even look to see if it went through or not. I was like, where are you guys at? What's going on?
Yeah.
And keep in mind, we haven't used the bathroom either. So I'm like, man, I gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah.
But I don't want to lose this spot.
Mm.
So we're they finally come back. It's about damn near 7:30, 35, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon the draft is gonna start.
Yeah.
They're I see them. I'm like, where's the beer? They're we were in that line for 45 minutes, did not move.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
oh,
believe it.
God.
Yeah.
I was like, guys, I gotta use the bathroom. It's bad. And so I asked the guys that were doing security, I was like, it was Bartledge. Bartledge is the...
Yeah, I just got off work. I'm not yawning at your story. I'm just tired.
So, I was talking to Bartledge because he was there. I was like, Bartledge, where is the bathroom? He's like, you see that Aiden Hutchinson sign? He's which is on the complete other side.
Oh, yeah, no. So, like, a lot of the pictures that people would take was, like, from the top of that building.
Yeah.
And it was, like, overlooking the whole area. So you have to, oh my God.
And where Adam's dad worked, like, people were just at work chilling, watching.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's right there. You could just...
Yeah, the building's right there. You just just look out the window.
Yeah, but either way, he's like, it's right under Ada Hutchinson's side. I was like, okay. So I walk my ass over there. Like you do, because you have to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I see the line. And everybody's like, oh yeah, that's not line for food. That's line for the bathroom. 3 hours.
Dude, that's just not happening. Like how you'd piss or shit yourself.
Exactly. So as you do, you go into panic mode.
Yeah,
because I have
a business opening or something like that.
I have black jeans on. I'm not about to piss these black jeans because even if you're wearing black jeans, you can tell.
Yeah.
So
just gonna piss your pants and just walk around with piss pants?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't be doing that in front of 275,000 people. Can't be doing that.
No, it'd be one thing of like desperation, like if you had like,
and it's not like you can whip it out in public.
No, yeah, like like you said, there's police officers everywhere. You can't go into an alley and piss in it. Like, it's just there's too many people.
You're screwed at this point.
No.
So I go to the other side.
Yeah.
Trying to find a bathroom. About an hour wait. Still can't do that. About to go bad. I run and I pass the VIP section where you get into the VIP section. I see my boy Reese, my boy Joe Lathers, Lorenzo, and Marlon. I'm like, Joe. Shout out to Joe because he's important. I'm like, Joe, is there any way you can let me in? He's like, sorry, I can't get in trouble. I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'll go find the bathroom. I try to go into Texas de Brazil. They had the doors locked.
Well, yeah, they said that all the restaurants and shops around there have been closed.
It was open.
What do you mean?
Texas de Brazil was open.
I thought you just said it was closed.
They locked the door for people because you had to be a VIP to get into Texas de Brazil.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly, yeah. Like, it was closed. It's not open to the public.
Yeah. But, and people were, like, lining outside the door to try and get in there to use the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Not even to eat. They were like, we need to use the bathroom.
They announced that, like, a couple of weeks ago that nothing around there was going to be open.
I didn't know that.
Or have public bathrooms.
I didn't know this coming in.
No, I'm not saying you, but all those people that are standing outside, like you said, it's just freaking, like, you should know before you come to these things. It's like,
yeah, and to this point, I'm begging police officers, like, hey, man.
Is there a porta-john in the background?
Like, literally.
Like yeah, like behind
you
the stage.
can handcuff me if you want to. Just let me go.
Yeah, come with me.
Come
into
with
an
me.
alley or something like that. Like Jesus Christ.
Like, please.
Yeah.
I'm about to piss myself, dude. Like, I don't want to piss myself in front of all these people.
If I were you, I would have taken the hour wait and been like, I'm staying here. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to fumble this and then come back to this line that was an hour and then have it be 2 hours or whatever.
This is the thing.
I would just...
The draft was about to start too.
See, I wouldn't even have cared about that because I knew the Lions are going to pick it till the 20s anyways.
Okay. Fair point. This is where Joe becomes the VIP of the VIP. I'm like, Joe, it's 3 hours over there.
I have like a mosquito by my foot. I'm sorry.
It's at least an hour and a half over here. And this guy with his wife comes up right behind me while I'm talking to Joe. He's like, and the dude is like, my wife is literally about to piss her pants. I'll give you $20 just to let us use the VIP bathroom and come right back.
Right, yeah. If you were like, yo, like the lines outside are 2-3 hours long for the bathroom. I need to piss now.
This is where Joe becomes the VIP.
Yeah.
He lets us in.
I would hope so. I mean, like, if you're like, yo, like, something like you're going to see me piss my pants here.
Joe is the GOAT when it comes to this. Plus, they're the nice porta potties where it's air conditioned as well.
Oh.
It didn't really matter because it was kind of cold out, but still nice. It didn't smell like shit. So, that's good.
I mean, they're the VIP porta potties. I hope they won.
Yeah. I finally used the bathroom. And I like, the thing is, Joe let us in. And the thing is, when I know I'm not supposed to be somewhere, I just walk in like I know that I'm supposed to be there.
Oh, that's exactly how you're supposed to. Yeah, if you're getting snuck in someplace
Yeah.
by a friend like that, you don't say anything. You keep your head down, and you don't.
Or not
you don't
even
ask
down. I just look like I'm supposed to be there.
You just like
because
look like where you're walking.
I
just
have
like,
my
keep your
head up.
Just fucking look straight.
I have my head up. I'm like, this is the mission.
Yeah.
Mission.
Get to the bathroom. Get out.
Get out.
Yeah.
And at this point, nobody's questioning me, which is nice. It's to the point where they're not questioning me enough to where I go up to police officers because I can't find the fucking bathroom. I'm like, where's the bathroom at? And they're like, oh, it's that way, sir. I'm like, I just got called sir. I'm not even supposed to be back here.
Right, yeah.
And thank God none of my friends noticed me.
Oh, yeah.
And
or if anyone was like, hey, where's your badge at? Or like, you got your lanyard on you, whatever they needed back there?
Like, it was a lanyard.
Yeah.
It was credentials. Like, it was heavily credentialed.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Like, hey, where's your lanyard at? And you just get.
But that's the beauty of walking like. That's the beauty of walking like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It worked perfectly. So I go use the bathroom. I'm like, all right, finish up. I'm good. I wanted to be greedy, as you do, but I was like, guess what? I can't leave the boys behind. I went back for the boys.
And also, what happens if you get thrown out?
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have to. Then you're gonna get thrown out with no service, and then leave Adam and his brother in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would feel bad.
Right. Yeah.
So I went back to the boys. They're like, where have you been? I was like, I went on a journey.
I found my way into the VIP area and pissed up their bathroom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. And I was like, I literally told them, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought about leaving you guys.
Yeah.
You would have the exact same thought.
Oh yeah, like it'd be like, see how long we can get away with. Just like see how long we can look around and walk around before someone says, "Hey, weren't you the guys that asked to use the bathroom?"
Realistically, the bathroom was like right on the left of the stage, like it was right there. If I would have instead of going straight and veered right, I was going into a 6'7" border patrol guy.
Oh yeah,
like I would have been screwed.
Yeah, there's so many security.
Yeah, like I would have been done for. So I cut my losses, went back to the guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, where have you been? I was like, I went on a journey. Now it's getting to the point where it's getting dark out. It's 8 o'clock at night. It gets dark. Roger Goodell, like they start doing like, hey, we're about to get this shit started.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jared Goff chants were going on like before this even happened. I forget who does like the draft thing before Roger Goodell comes out. It's like an announcer of some sort. Like I forget his name, but it's really not that important. They're like, welcome to the stage, these very special guests. And you're like, oh, or actually they announced the people that were in the green room. So everybody that was there. Mm-hmm. Everybody's booing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's just funny. Like, it's the biggest night of their lives, and they just get booed. Terry Arnold actually got applauded. Or got some chance, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. When we were up in Northwood, I said one of my guesses for who the Elijah I think was Terry Arnold.
Yeah. So, I wasn't expecting to trade up. That was insane. So they announced the guys in the green room, and they're like, welcome these special, after everybody goes in the green room, they're like, welcome these special guests. Amen-Ra. What a heater to start out with.
Yeah. Then
it goes, I'm going to forget the order, so the order's not that important. It goes Amen-Ra, Penne. We got Aiden Hutchinson. It was either Barry Sanders or Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
And then we're going crazy. CJ, Barry, Barry. Yeah. Jared Goff comes out. Mm-hmm. It was loud.
Oh yeah, there was that picture that I sent you guys. They took a picture in front of the stage and on the red carpet.
Yeah.
The six of them.
But the amount of Jared Goff chants.
Yeah, people. Yeah, I saw that on Instagram too. People were posting the Jared Goff chants.
Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, people were there was at the Tiger game. People were chanting Jared Goff.
Dude, like, if I was Jared Goff, I'd be like, oh fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's coming back for sure.
Yeah. I mean, who else are you gonna get?
Yeah. So, but just imagine the BDE that he had just walking out that stage and everybody's shouting his name. Like, at least close to 100,000 people were shouting his name.
Yeah, well, there were 300,000 people there.
Yeah. So that's a low ball too. But that was awesome. And me, I like to fuck around. Let's be honest. I like to do stupid shit sometimes. Roger Goodell comes on stage. There's people around me. Like, it's packed.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. I go, fuck you, Roger. As you do.
Yeah.
And about 50 people around me just start dying laughing because they were expecting this kid just to say, fuck you, Roger Goodell, and just start booing his ass. But you got to. It's the commissioner.
Yeah.
There's a couple videos of me doing that, along with my videos.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. That was electric. And then, you just start talking shit.
Yeah.
So Caleb Williams get drafted. I'm like, it doesn't matter anyways.
No, the first round draft pick, it doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall.
Yeah.
Like, first overall draft picks, I mean, usually don't get that great they usually don't do that great in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, if you're number one overall, sometimes could be a curse.
Yeah. So, but at this point, I was more focused on the mock draft.
Mm-hmm.
How the mock draft was doing. And I was just happy to be there, having a great time. Got the boys with me. We're having a good time. We're having a good laugh. Plus, we were talking about the guy in the wheelchair that was in front of us. They wanted to ask him if he wanted to do a crowd surf.
Dude,
like Lollapalooza.
When I was at Lollapalooza, that happened. I took a video of that.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah. Like, they wanted to do that. And I was like, but they never did it. So now I'm looking at my phone, taking pictures, videos, whatever. And then I'm looking at the mock draft.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, first overall pick, expected. Drake May, or Jaden Daniels, second overall pick, expected.
Mm-hmm.
Drake May, depending on the person, was a toss-up, but I got that right.
Yeah.
I'm fucking high on excitement because I'm like, I'm going 32 for 32.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Harrison Jr., correct.
Yeah.
Fifth overall pick, I thought was going to be JJ going to the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I was right about JJ going to the Vikings. Just had a later pick, so I didn't count it correct because I had morals.
So I thought on mine, I think I had JJ getting traded up to 5 or getting taken at 5 by the Vikings, and then Penix getting taken at 10.
Yeah.
So I had those two switched, and then Penix obviously was taken by the Falcons.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So I was like, hopefully the Chargers trade down, and JJ gets picked, but they made the right decision.
Yeah.
Joel he lives in a log cabin. He wears pullover quarter zips. He's 6'7". He made that chair look like he was sitting in a child's chair.
Yeah, he's gonna be really good for the Chargers. He's good. I was surprised he was taken number 5 overall. He's gonna be really good for a really long time.
Yeah, you're gonna about kicking out. It's pretty much. So I was like, all right, makes sense. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
4 for 5.
Yeah.
It went swiftly downhill.
Oh yeah.
I was 4th for 32, I believe.
I think mine wasn't too bad. I don't think
mine was bad. Like, it was terrible. As soon as Joe Alt got it, I was like, man.
I didn't have Joel going that high. I didn't have.
It wasn't even that high. He was picked 2 picks before than what everybody thought, which isn't that high.
It's high for an O-lineman. Top 5 for an O-lineman.
He's the best O-lineman in the country, though.
Well, yeah, but when you usually quarterback dominant drafts. They've usually been quarterback dominant drafts and running backs and like Marvin Harrison, you don't really see a lineman get taken in the top 5 like that.
Yeah, but I was okay with it, and then we were talking about food, and we kept on talking about food, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of hungry, and we've been standing for a while. My legs are cramping. Mm-hmm. We should go get food.
Yeah.
We went food when Michael Penix got drafted.
Oh, dang. Okay.
And I was disappointed that Michael Penix got drafted by the Falcons.
Well, I mean, so was Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was upset.
He was blindsided.
Yeah, I mean, because he wanted him to take a weapon or an O-lineman to protect him. Yeah. And you go and draft basically his replacement.
Realistically, they should have picked Dallas Turner.
That would have been a really good pick.
That's what should have happened. What do? They pick Michael Penix Jr., and he's not going to play a snap until he's 30 years old.
He's not going to play, not until he's 30. He's going to play, maybe not going to play for another 2 years.
Yeah.
If that. He might, because they have Kirk Cousins in for another 4 years. Yeah. So if he's going to be starting,
you paid him at least $100 million.
Right, yes. Just a really weird pick. We were saying the same thing when Jordan Love got drafted by the Packers. Yeah. And now look what's happening. So, yeah, but it's interesting.
That GM was fighting for his life.
Yeah.
He was talking out of his ass.
Oh, yeah,
because the coach went up to him, the owner went up to him. They're like, what is going on?
Yeah, you should have known that there was going to be some kind of, backlash when you made that pick. You didn't consult your quarterback first. You didn't say...
You called him up, and you're like, hey, we're taking Michael Penix Jr. And hung up the phone.
After you did it. It was after it was I don't even think it was we are taking it. It was we've drafted him. Yeah. And then it was pick is in. They drafted Michael Penix, and then...
But Kirk is a nice guy. He's not going to talk shit.
No, but he has a right to be upset.
Of course you would be pissed.
If you didn't consult your quarterback before you even made that pick. What if he could have told you he wanted a weapon or an offensive lineman, and you just you just didn't go and talk.
So at that point, I was just like, fuck it, let's go eat. So we went to American Coney Island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we're walking there, and we get to the place, and we're walking in on the right side, not on the other side. Mm. And the guy's just sitting by the door, and I knock on the glass. I'm like, hey, can we come in? He's like, you eating in? I was like, yeah. So he let us in when he wasn't supposed to.
Oh,
they were, getting packed.
Oh, wow.
So... I love American Coney Island. It is one of my favorite Coney Islands based off of nostalgia alone.
See, I always say that if you're going to go over nostalgia, you might as well go to Lafayette. That's my favorite.
I don't like Lafayette that much.
Crazy, absolutely.
I know. I'm going to get bashed for that, but I don't care.
You're crazy.
I like American better. So, I'm not going to hold it against them because this time it wasn't that great. Because they were so packed. So... And obviously they're made to order. So they were just throwing shit together. So it is what it is, but it was still alright. At that point, I'm very depressed because my mock draft has went down the fucking toilet.
Yeah, it wasn't too great. Mine wasn't too bad though. I had a few that were fun.
So we were chilling. And we get out at a very good time. We got out before all the traffic. It was no hassle whatsoever.
What time did you guys go home?
10:30. Mm-hmm. So, we beat everybody, which was nice. And then I'm, looking through it. I'm looking at who's getting drafted. Mm-hmm. I'm at my grandmother's house. I'm like, hey, can we turn on the draft real quick? She's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like at pick 20. We're at pick 20 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I just want to look to 29 because I got to get up for work or whatever. Like, I'm not going to be here all day.
Mm-hmm.
It gets to 24. And I was about to like go into the kitchen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear the screams on the TV.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on?
Because it was announced and like flashed on the screen before it was said out loud.
Yeah.
So people realized it. Yeah, it was
they
crazy.
were like, oh.
Yeah.
So, obviously, it's set in stone now. The Lions traded
Right,
and got Terrion Arnold, which I believe is the best corner that they could have gotten. I think Terrion is better than Quinyon. I'm going to say that now because Quinyon didn't really play against nobody.
I don't know. There's a reason why he was taken the way he was, though. There was like Quinyon. It doesn't matter who he was playing against. You just watch him play, and you see that he's different.
I'm going to say Terrion is better because
it could end up being that way. I mean, Terrion could end up being better, but
yeah,
in terms of, I think they're far and away Quinyon was the number one.
I texted my buddy. I was like, the Eagles are even scarier now.
But yeah, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon.
Yeah, they're going to move Cooper DeJean to safety though. I'm sad.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You already have a few corners over there. And, I mean, they need another safety, too.
I know, but still, he should just be a corner.
I mean,
he'll be good at safety, but he would be even better at corner.
I mean, you already have NFL caliber corner, so I get why they would move him to safety. But, I mean, you never know what could happen. I mean, CJGJ is going back there, so if they need another backup corner, he could end up playing both.
Yeah. But I was like, the Eagles are getting scary. I didn't like the trade-up pick because I read a pick that was from the trade from 2006 that I sent in the group chat. Like, oh my God, we fleeced the Cowboys. And I looked at the date. It said 2006 after I sent it in the group chat.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like, that trade was okay. Like, I didn't really, I mean...
We didn't really gain much, but we didn't really lose much in that moment.
Yeah, we did. Because we had, now instead of one round where we didn't have picks, we had almost 2 or 3 in a row where we didn't have picks.
Yeah.
So we had the 5th round, and then we had another trade where we got those 2 4th-round picks. Because we originally didn't have any 4th rounds. I checked it like earlier in the day, and we didn't have any 4th rounds. And then I checked it like again later on, and we had picked the 2 4th-round picks. So I was like, okay, so there was something that happened.
Yeah, we traded, or they traded us.
Yeah.
We didn't really trade that much. But looking at it now, I'm happy with who we got.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Lions drafted, like, there was probably a couple other picks that I would have liked us to get. Like, I would have liked us to get another wide receiver in the draft. But, I mean, that's like, you can kind of just...
I was happy with Terry. I was very happy with Terrion Arnold.
Yeah, our first 2, Enes Rakestraw and Terrion Arnold, I'm really happy with those 2.
Because we hit what we needed, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
You calling Christian Mahogany.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I was like, I knew we needed an O-lineman. Christian Mahogany was a pick that was like, he's there Giovanni
Manu. I don't know much about him.
So apparently,
other than he's 6'7", 350 pounds.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's him that's a rugby player, or if there's another guy that was a rugby player, and he's from British Columbia, and I think he could play either CFL, or I guess he could be a rugby player.
Yeah,
and he's not going to be playing. Like, he's going to be on the practice squad for a couple of years. He's going to be sitting for a few years, like, just so he gets the feel of the NFL. Because he's not a
Giovanni was actually a football player, so I think it's somebody different.
I think he was a CFL player then. So he's not going to be playing NFL the right way. He's going to be sitting for a few years regardless. He's going to be learning the rules of the game and how to play in the NFL, just like that the rugby player that they got, or like the what is it? Yeah, the rugby player. I can't remember who drafted him, but he's not going to be playing in the NFL right away.
And there's also, So the Lions, I like their draft.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had a pretty decent draft. There's just a couple amount of teams where you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, there were a few draft picks that was like,
but I understand
why didn't they take that?
I understand why the Broncos took Bo Nix, because do you want to trust Zach Wilson?
Well, and they already had that was our second first round pick as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of thought that the Broncos were going to trade up, maybe get Marvin Harrison, but I don't know. Like I liked how the Broncos did though in the draft.
Yeah.
There were a few teams that I think did pretty good for what they had.
The Eagles did really good. The Commanders did so good.
Yeah, the Commanders draft is pretty good. Yeah.
Mikey Samer still is a Commander.
Yeah.
And that hurts my soul.
Yeah, but I mean, trades always happen. Like we drafted Jeff Okudah and he's not on the team anymore. So I mean, I definitely think the Michigan players though that were drafted in the draft did really good. Other guys have gotten traded around that have been fresh draft picks or like just a couple years out of the draft. So I mean, like there's always a chance that we could end up getting a couple of those Michigan guys that were drafted. And I mean, there's a lot of guys in Michigan who are really good at Michigan that aren't in the NFL anymore. Jake Butt, Chase Winovich. So
yeah, I was sad that they only had 13 drafts.
Still the most out of any college.
I know it's the most out of any college this year, but I thought we could have got Georgia's record.
Yeah, Georgia's but you look at that Georgia team though that got drafted.
That was insane.
It's one of the best college teams of all time.
Imagine literally you're on the field playing against Georgia. 15 of those 22 starters were going to the league.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they put every NFL player or every offensive and defensive player on that team went to the NFL in some capacity.
Yeah,
it's absolutely insane.
So imagine, say you're a middle of the road SEC team. Let's say you're Arkansas or whatever. You're playing against Georgia. And
you're playing against a Pro Bowl team.
You're literally playing against.
You're playing against a Pro Bowl team.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
So, but I was happy with Corum with the Rams. I also like Roman Wilson going to Pittsburgh because, like I said, that's my second favorite team.
Screw Pittsburgh.
I know, but it is what it is. Trevor Keegan going to Philadelphia is great.
You knew they were going to pick up a guard of some sort because they lost Kelsey, but I mean. Zinter going to Cleveland too. Zinter being up in Cleveland's front, that's gonna be really cool.
Chris Jenkins going to Cincinnati.
Chris Jenkins is gonna be
because
good.
Of DJ Reader.
Seattle. AJ Barner going there.
Cornelius Johnson was the last Michigan player drafted.
He was. I mean, there's still some guys left on the board. He went to the Chargers too, which makes sense.
Jared Colson going to the Chargers too with Harbaugh is going to be all right. Good.
Yeah, that's what I just said about Cornelius Johnson.
Yeah.
And then Jalen Harrell going to Tennessee in the edge. And their defense is already...
Yeah.
They needed some help with that defense. Michael Barrett to go into Carolina. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, we don't know what the hell Carolina's doing, though.
Yeah.
Carolina could be in some trouble.
Also, other thing about the draft, now that it's coming out later and later because players are having, interviews in that, dude, Keon Coleman is funny as hell.
Keon Cole might be one of my favorite rookies in the league.
Yeah.
He went to Michigan State.
Did he really?
Yeah, he went to Michigan State for 2 years.
Yeah. Honestly, Keon Coleman is hilarious. And I really hope he does good in the league because it would suck for him to be the funny guy and not do anything because people are going to be like, you should stop being funny.
Right, yeah. You take that humor and put it into your game.
Yeah. Right. So I really hope it works out for him because... Probably he seems really genuine too. He's like,
oh yeah, I mean,
he was like Macy's. I got this coat at Macy's, $79.89 on sale. I'm gonna get two.
They got the whole rack, every color. And when he gets up to go get snacks, he goes, "Can I?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's what the fuck I'm there for."
Yeah.
And he goes, "You're like, these cookies ain't good." And they're like, "Yeah, they're really good." He goes, "Try one. You try one." Nope. Try one first. It's so funny. Yeah,
the Bills. I saw the video. I literally was watching it either this morning or last night or something. I didn't realize how awesome the Buffalo Bills locker room is.
Dude, did you see Xavier Worthy walk into the Cincinnati Chiefs locker room? Or Kansas City Chiefs locker room?
Bro,
he walked in like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction. He was like...
JJ McCarthy looked like fucking a little kid.
Yeah,
he was
dude.
like, oh.
He looked like he was playing middle school football.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What Malik Neighbors doesn't look happy.
No, Malik Neighbors didn't look happy. Michael Penix was smash drunk. Did you see him?
People were saying Roger Goodell was drunk.
Roger Goodell. Because usually when Roger Goodell gets up there, you can see his face gets red because of the lights and shit like that. His face was as red as our cameras.
Yeah, he was slurring his words too. He partied a little bit too hard.
Michael Penix had the damn glasses on too, and when he got up like.
Yeah. What you expect? The dude is 25 years old.
Right, yeah, he just got drafted to the NFL, but still, you're gonna stand up like that, look like that on TV, and then the team's gonna see that. You're like, damn, what the hell did we just draft?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, who else? Xavier Worthy got a Chiefs tattoo right away. So did Laiatu Latu got a Colts. I'm not gonna lie, that tattoo looks.
No, it doesn't. I mean, getting any tattoo of any team other than like a college you went to, like Taylor Decker has an OSU tattoo with the Buckeye on it.
Yeah.
He went there and graduated from there already.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that you get a tattoo like that because you don't know what's gonna happen.
No. Did you see Harbaugh got the tattoo, the block M with the 15-0?
Did he?
He got it right here.
Now that makes
block M 15-0.
That makes sense. That I agree with. Get a college tattoo.
Yeah.
Once you graduate college.
That's what I say. Yeah, Taylor Decker getting the OSU tattoo.
That makes sense. But these guys getting the Chiefs tattoo. I'm like,
or Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole has the block M in his bicep.
Yeah, I'm like, dude. All right, you're fast, but we've seen people that are fast before. You could end up like John Ross.
Yeah, dude. You could end up like.
Laiatu Latu. I'm like, he's good. He's really good, but you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Who was the guy? Todd Gurley. You ended up like Todd Gurley.
Yeah. I'm like, it'd be different if you retired and then you get like a tattoo like that.
Yeah. Or it was different. Or maybe if you got like franchise tag and they're like, we're gonna give you like an 8-year contract. Like, we want to lock you up. And you'd be like...
For life.
And,
and then you get it.
You were drafted by
sense.
them. That wouldn't be
but
that
rookies
bad.
getting the tattoos, I would be so scared.
That's because we were just talking about it. Like, the guys... Sometimes rookies don't even play with the teams they're drafted.
Yeah. I'm like... My tattoos, literally, nothing stands out.
Just the Michigan. Like, the...
Yeah, but I'm going to turn this into, like, a Detroit sleeve. But it's not going to have...
No, yeah.
It's... Like, when I get the Lions, Red Wings, and stuff like that, I'm going to make it not like that. You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to get the free... Yeah, no, it's...
And then there's going to be other shit on it, too. But if you look at this one, there's... I mean, yeah, it looks...
It's animals and stuff. It's like, there's not really, like...
You can't really put anything to it. I mean,
you can't really...
You can't even put that to something.
Well, that, like, you can't... It's also not anything that's going to expire.
Yeah.
Like, it's not something that, like, you got, like, a logo on you, or you got like someone's face, or like some kind of like movie or something like that.
Imagine if you're Xavier Worthy and then they trade you within 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. What we do with Jeff Okuda? Like Jeff Okuda played like what? Like a year and a half full.
He played like 9 games total.
Yeah, he played like a year and a half, but he played like 9 of those games were like good games or like memorable games.
Yeah.
He played like a cup of coffee here, and like you're gonna get traded away, or if you do get traded away. It's I don't know. I mean, maybe you get like, maybe that's something that he'll do is like you get the Chiefs. Or I got drafted by the Chiefs, and this sleeve. If I go to another team, I'll get a logo here.
Well, Xavier Worthy's already tatted up. I think he got it like somewhere over here, but still, like, you what?
I just don't understand that. Like getting a tattoo for like before you played with the team too. Yeah. Like, it'd be one thing to like get a tattoo before you even did anything with the team. Like it'd be one thing to like already be out of the league and like, be retired.
If you're like Travis Kelce, if you want to get a Chiefs tattoo, get it.
Right, fine. Yeah. But if you're like out of the league, like I was saying, if you're out of the league and then you played for a team, you played for multiple teams. Like you played for the Lions and the Raiders.
Yeah,
you got a Lions tattoo.
It's like Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
What if he got a tattoo for every team?
What if he got a Dolphins tattoo? Right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I mean, who knows?
Yeah. That I don't care about him having tattoos. I care that
Well, I mean, if you get a tattoo about, like, if you get a logo on you, too, that logo is going to change.
Yeah.
So that logo, like, they're not going to keep the same Chiefs logo all the time.
Yeah. And same thing is, like, depending on where it is, like, your body changes. Yeah, your body changes, too, so it might look bad as well.
And you might not be able to see, if he gets it on his legs, you can't even see the damn thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird.
It's just, it's kind of, I mean, I don't know. Like, just look at the NBA. The NBA has just kind of gotten to, like, who has the nicest tattoos? Who has the dumbest tattoos?
Yeah. Speaking of what is weird, Zeke going back to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, so there were, earlier in the day, there was that tweet that came out. It was, like, the eyes. They did the eyes of each other. So I was like, something's happening. And then, like, 15 minutes later, you're like, he signed with the Cowboys.
Of course he did.
I mean, obviously. Like, fucking...
Jerry Jones wanted him back.
Well, and who was going to run the damn ball? Who was going to run the ball?
They did get rid of everybody. I forgot about that.
Who was going to run the ball?
Zeke ain't going to run shit.
He's going to run into the wall? Is what he's going to run into?
He's going to run into a 3 technique and just sit down.
Yeah, he's going to run to the sideline.
Yeah. And staying within Texas, Tank Dell was shot, but he is okay.
Yeah, so, there was a...
he was shot at. I don't believe he got shot.
No, he did. He said he sustained minor injuries.
Oh, so he must have got grazed
or got shot. Yeah, and he said he was already released from the hospital too,
which is good because Tank Dell is
Who was the one guy from the Redskins who got shot? He came back.
Oh yeah,
and he came out, ran out of the tunnel, and they gave him a standing ovation.
Yeah. I
remember
that because Ghetto Gronk had shit all over Instagram about it.
He played many men as he came out of the tunnel. That was really cool. Yeah. I mean, Tank Dell, I mean, like, he's a really good receiver. You hope it doesn't, like, affect his game at all. You hope he's not, like, hindered by any of that.
Depending on, it probably would just, like, tipped him.
You never know. It could have been, minor injuries could have been, like, you really don't know what happened. It could have been, like, a lot of people say that, like, if they do get shot and it's, like, adrenaline, sometimes you don't even know. Like, you could be, like, running from something.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Like, oh, dang.
I'm assuming he would have been out there immediately and it, like, probably.
Could have got,
It could have just, like, grazed him or, like, if anything, it could have, like, got right there and chipped off of him or something. I don't know.
Or like I was saying, it could have went, like, through his arm. It could have been, like, you got hit. And it's, like, and you look down and you got hit. Like, because some people, sometimes you see cops do that. Like, you see, like, body cam footage. You get the cop, like, get into a gunfight, and they're like, you good? And the cop will be bleeding. You'd be like, oh, shit, I didn't even know. And then now that they know and the adrenaline subsides.
And then you're like,
they're like, oh, yeah, shit, I gotta go sit down. And it's like, you didn't even know when it happened.
Yeah. But it's good that he's awake. Alright, I feel we're going to take the last 10 minutes or so of this episode and we're going to debate.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have our annual debate.
Which team is closest to a championship?
I'll let you go first. We might say the same thing.
I mean, the logical thing is the Lions.
I was going to say the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions. I mean, like, they're just the closest. They made it to the championship last year.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you made it to the NFC championship last year. It makes sense, but at the same time, like, you never know.
If the Lions don't make it, I believe the Tigers.
See, I don't know about the Tigers. I think the Tigers might be a few more years out. I think it might be like maybe 4 or 5 years out from fully being like, okay, it's within grasp. I think the Red Wings are the second closest, actually. And I've said that even before the Lions were bad, or even before the Lions were good, when they were still bad. I was like, I think the Red Wings are the closest because they have the history of the most successful franchise in Detroit, the most successful franchise in America for the NHL. So it makes sense that they would be the next to win it because they've won the most in the past and stuff.
Yeah, just based off what I've seen, the Lions have so much momentum.
The Lions are definitely right there.
It would be different if like they had no momentum. The draft was an utter bust.
Yeah, like if the draft. Well, that's one of the things that like why we got the draft is because we were so good.
Yeah,
we've been so good.
Yeah, that like it would be. I'm not even saying we're gonna. I would hope we make the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that we're going to make it next year. I definitely think we're going to win another playoff game next year.
Yeah. So I mean, you'd hope so.
You would hope
Like,
so.
like we were just talking with the Leafs and Sheldon Keefe.
Yeah.
Like you make it all the way there to just on the doorstep of the Super Bowl, and the next year, God forbid, you don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You don't get out of the first.
I don't
round
think
or
they'll
something.
fire Dan Campbell though.
They won't fire Dan Campbell
or
kind
Brad
of be like,
Holmes.
but you look around and be like, all right, what are the pieces that we need here? Like, what are
Yeah.
some things that we could move around? Some changes we could
Yeah.
make?
I guess we won't know until the actual season starts, but
And I definitely don't think that if something goes wrong or if something like if they don't do as good in the playoffs, they shouldn't just start breaking it down.
Yeah.
It's like it worked one time, like it worked.
mm-hmm.
It will work, like it's you have guys that are locked up now for a long time.
Yeah. If like I said, if we didn't have no momentum,
Yeah, if it was like the 9 and 10 season and then the draft and then going into next year, we'd kind of be hemming and hawing about it.
yeah,
But now we have this past year and the draft and
like
the energy.
everything went so well
Yeah.
that it's hard to say, oh yeah, they're going to fizzle out.
Right, yeah, especially since you have the next season, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and
You added pieces too.
and it's different now because we're actually drafting what we need.
Right, yeah, and we have identifiable needs.
Yeah.
Not just like get the best pot, just get
And
shit.
it's not like we need everybody.
Right,
It's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
all right, we had a terrible secondary. Let's draft secondary.
Right, yeah.
What do we do? We finally draft secondary.
It's actual parts of it. It's not like the whole defense. It's like
Yeah.
we just need a better defense. All right, we'll draft a defensive lineman, and then that defensive lineman does good, and then our secondary linebackers just absolutely eat the grass.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Like, when they drafted Aiden his first year, I think he had somewhere around 8 sacks or whatever.
In his first year,
Yeah.
I think Hutchinson's first year, I think he had 11. If I'm not
Here,
mistaken.
I'll search it up. I was looking at film on him.
I want to say his first year he had 11, 9, I think. And then I think this past year he had 11 and a half. Or 8 and a half.
It was
I can't remember.
so he had 9.5 sacks.
9, okay, so it was 9.
He had
9.
oh, they don't have pressures on him, but I wish they did. He had 9.5 sacks. I think he had close to like 60, 70 pressures. Like,
Yeah.
which was good.
Pressures is kind of like it's a stat that's kind of debated though. 'cause
Yeah.
it's a judgment stat, so it's like, but
This year he had over 160. Like, he
Oh, yeah.
doubled his production.
you knew off that like when in Aiden Hutchinson's first year when he
You were like, this guy's fucking special.
yeah this guy like you just saw him play and how he was matching up against
Yeah.
veterans. And he's like
You're like,
The guy
this
was
guy
playing
is
unreal.
scary. It's
Yeah.
only his 3rd year in the league,
right, yeah.
which is
It's great.
crazy.
And he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get a huge
Oh,
paycheck from
yeah.
the Lions.
Obviously.
Yeah, he already got that huge bonus when he came into the league. But
I don't think people knew he was going to be good. I don't think people realized how much of a difference maker he is.
no, yeah.
And then I was talking with my coworker, and my trainer, because a couple of the Michigan guys were at the gym and everything, and my trainer was talking to him, and he's like, "So when you guys played Alabama, who were you more game planning for?" They're like, Kool-Aid was all right, but they were afraid of Terry.
Oh yeah, because like in that defense, Terry Arnold had a bigger role too.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we didn't really game plan for Kool-Aid all that much, but we were game planning all week for Terry Arnold.
Yeah.
So that made me feel good that we got him.
Yeah, I definitely did too. So you're talking about game changers. We're going to have to wrap up here pretty soon. But we were talking about game changers. Tariq Skubal for the Tigers. Cy Young candidate. The Tigers have not been able to hit. Winsell Perez has come up out of the Tiger system, and he has really put himself into the lineup. He's batting 3rd right now. He's found himself a great spot. I think
What's his average?
He has only played a few games so far. I think he's played maybe like 2 series, but he's got 2 or 3 home runs already.
Oh, damn.
He's doing pretty good. He plays center field. Parker Meadows, who he had in center field, wasn't really hitting, but he has literally, if he could just hit above like 200, he'd be a Gold Glover. But the kid can hit, and you put Winsell Perez in there, who can hit better than him, but it's just not as good defensively. He's not bad, but he's just not a Gold Glover in center field like Parker Meadows is. Parker Meadows is fast. He's fast in the base pass. He's having a hard time at the plate. Yeah. So if you could just figure that out, he'd be really good. You could have Winsell Perez as a DH or something like that. Yeah. So like we need a couple more guys in the Tigers to do good. We have Torque right now. He's in hitting very well. But the guys who are hitting are Riley Green, Mark Cana, and Javi Baez.
Yeah, I will say every time I turn on a Tigers game, usually Riley Green.
Yeah.
He's smacking that hole.
Riley Green, he's probably my favorite Tigers player right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You got the jersey?
I don't know. See, I was actually just talking about that at work today. I was like, I don't want to get any of the new Tigers jerseys because of the way like the felt is and the way like the.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that.
I don't really care for it if they come out because apparently it's supposed to switch back to the new lettering and like supposed to do some tweaks to it after the All-Star breaks. It's supposed to be, I guess, new and improved. So we'll see how the City Connect jerseys look. If they're a really nice City Connect jersey, I wouldn't mind getting a Riley Green because he's my favorite player, or Torkelson. Yeah, because 20 is my number too, so I wouldn't mind getting that. But getting a normal white Tigers jersey, I already have my plain one that we've had up on the wall, so I'm just
Well, I think we ended off on a good note. There's not really much to complain about in Detroit these days.
No, usually it's like, I don't know what the hell the Red Wings are doing, and then we end it. But now, Tigers are on a good road.
We're just happy. So. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
You know what?
The draft was good. Draft was a success.
Yeah.
So, and then Adam Silver also said that he wants to bring an NBA All-Star game to Detroit. He said it on like some show, or he might have been there and they interviewed him or something like that. But I remember there was a quote that I saw. It was him talking to someone and he said that. And then Adam Silver said that. Bettman, Bueller, anybody, please bring an NHL All-Star game here.
So what we're trying to say is we're ending. We will see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Good day to be a Detroiter.
Yeah, it's a good day in Detroit sports.
See you next week for episode 9.
Yes.
Yeah, episode 9. We've been doing this a lot now. It's been 2 months.
Yeah, already been 2 months, episode 8.
Which is crazy.
Give or take. I think we did we haven't gotten like a schedule. We've done like one on like Friday and the next one like Sunday.
Yeah, we're either 1 week behind or 1 week ahead. But we're right around 2 months.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. See you guys next week.
Right.
Follow the socials.
Yeah, follow us Instagram and
like,
TikTok,
comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
Thank you for watching.
Yep.